90% of people worldwide are right-handed, but only 10% are left-handed. Why is right-handedness so prevalent? And does it really matter which hand is dominant? To start to answer our question, we need to understand what determines your dominant hand. As you might know, the left side of the brain controls the right side of your body, and vice versa. But what determines which hand becomes dominant? The traditional view has been that one side of the brain becomes dominant in the womb, which dictates which hand you prefer to use. However, new studies have shown that the brain does not actually favor one side over the other. So, why do we still end up with a dominant hand? The answer lies in subtle asymmetries in the brain's wiring. Even though both sides of the brain are strong, the body naturally ends up relying more on one side for certain tasks, leading to a preference for using one hand over the other. Your dominant hand is not just a matter of brain structure, but also of genetics and environment. Handedness tends to run in families, suggesting a genetic component, but environmental factors also play a role. If you grow up in a world designed for right-handers, you might adapt accordingly, even if your natural preference leans left. Now we understand why some people are left-handed while most are right-hand. We can answer the deeper question, why has right-handedness become so dominant throughout human evolution? The answer seems to stretch back thousands of years, to the very dawn of tool use in human history. In ancient times, our ancestors started crafting tools to hunt, prepare food, and defend themselves. As these tools became more essential to survival, it was easier and more efficient for early human communities to produce tools designed for right-handers, especially if most people were already inclined to use their right hand. Creating a single, standardized design saved time and resources. Over generations, this preference for right-hand tools could have reinforced right-handedness as the dominant trait. Now we know the main suspected reasons, let's take a look at some other theories as to why we develop one dominant hand. 1. Womb position. Some studies suggest that the position of a fetus in the womb can influence which hand becomes dominant. For example, if a fetus is positioned in a way that limits the movement of one arm, the other arm might become more active and thus more dominant. It has even been proven that fetuses who suck their right thumb in the womb are more likely to be right-hand after birth. 2. Cultural norms. Similarly to prehistoric tool usage, some cultures have historically discouraged or even stigmatized left-handedness. In these societies, left-handed individuals might be pressured to switch to using their right hand, especially for tasks like writing. Over time, this societal pressure can lead to a preference for the right hand, even if a person is naturally left-handed. 3. Brain communication. Studies on individuals with split brain conditions, where the connection between the two brain hemispheres is severed, have shown that each hemisphere can have distinct preferences for different tasks, including handedness. This suggests that the way our brain processes different types of information might also play a role in determining which hand we use more frequently. 4. Imitation. Children often mimic the behaviors of their parents, siblings, or caregivers. If a child sees a right-hand person performing tasks, they might naturally start using their right hand more often. This learned behavior can reinforce right-handedness. 5. Injury or compromisation. In some cases, people may develop a preference for one hand due to an injury or disability affecting the other hand. This adaptive response can lead to a shift in handedness, either temporarily or permanently. Some have theorized that left-handedness has not died out because of evolutionary advantages in certain areas like combat and even sport. However, it's also important to recognize that not all traits are strictly determined by clear-cut genetic or environmental factors. Sometimes, variations like handedness can result from random genetic variations that don't have a specific evolutionary or adaptive purpose. Overall, while an overwhelming majority of the human population favors right-handedness, these variations in hand dominance are here to stay. While both have developed their own societal advantages, remember that handedness is just one aspect of our individuality, shaped by a mix of biology, environment, and history. Whether you're right-handed, left-handed, or even ambidextrous, these differences enrich the human experience, offering unique perspectives and skills. So, whether you're wielding a pen, throwing a ball, or using a tool, remember that it's not the dominant hand that defines you, but how you use it to navigate and contribute to the world around you. Embrace your handedness as part of what makes you uniquely you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.